Hey everybody, this is sykotiksonik here, and this is a little bit different here. I'm going to be doing a discussion, a little Persona discussion, because I recently beat Persona 4, and it became my favorite video game of all time. And I've got a good friend with me here to do it with, because it's boring to do it by yourself. So, why don't you just go ahead and introduce yourself so we can get that intro out of the way.
Hi there, my name is Drew, and I am going to be discussing Persona and Persona 4 along with Mason here.
Yeah, there we go. So, do you just want to cover all Persona or Persona 4 and 5 or whatever? Because, I mean, with me, for spoilers, I'm not going to remember the shit because it's going to be years before I play Persona 5 anyway. So if you want to discuss 5 too, we can go ahead and do that.
Personally, I've never played any of the others except 4 and 5. But I'm still open for discussion about all of it.
I had a little bit of experience with 1. It's weird as shit. I tried Innocent Sin on a PS1 emulator for my PS2, and it froze like during the first battle. It pissed me off. And I played a good 10 hours of 3. That was pretty fun. And then 4 just changed my life.
Yeah, I heard it's really hard to go back to Persona 1 and 2 once you've played 3, 4, and 5.
Oh, because the control is the toughest thing, especially in 1, since it's isometric. Man, you don't know how hard it was to just move around when it wasn't in first-person dungeon. Ugh.
Oh, it was a first-person perspective?
Oh no, it was on the overworld and shit. It was isometric, but when you go into the first-person dungeon crawling, and that worked fine. But the isometric, it was horrible. Like left was up, and up was right, and
inverted. You gotta love that shit.
No, I don't. But
it's okay, I don't either. I hate that. Every time I see like controls are like inverted in any game, even especially first-person shooters, I have to immediately just change it as soon as I feel it give way. If there's no way I can change it, I have such a hard time playing it.
Well, does that go with like inverted camera controls and shit too? Like up being down and down being up?
Yeah, that's inverted.
That's interesting.
It's not inverted if you It's not inverted if you flick the stick up and the camera or whatever goes up. It's inverted when you flick the stick up and it looks down.
Huh. Now that's interesting because that's how I like my cameras. Honestly, is inverted, at least up and down.
Really?
Yeah, it just feels right. Like we're playing. I was playing Star Fox a little while ago, and it just feels so right to have it go down when you hit up and up when you hit go down. Just I don't know. To each their own.
It's for some people, but it's not for everybody. Yeah, exactly.
No, definitely. So I guess we should get started with since both of us have experience with 4.
Yes.
I guess
definitely. We can also talk about maybe 3 a little bit if you want to, but I can't say too much for it because I honestly haven't touched it. I purchased it and everything for my PS3, but I haven't even touched it yet because it'll probably be a while with me playing 5 constantly, and I still have to beat 4.
Yeah, suck that 5 dick. But no, 3.
So before we start, though, I do want to clarify for people that will listen.
If people
you're probably thinking, well, he knows about the ending, but he hasn't beaten the game. Well, I've seen the anime, and from what I understand, the anime is pretty close to the game itself. So, just for those wondering, I have seen the anime. I haven't beaten the game. I'd say I'm about maybe halfway there. I think Kanji's halfway. Maybe not.
I'd say right about when Naoto gets kidnapped. By the way, there are going to be heavy spoilers in this. So,
yes, for all those listening to, there be spoilers. So
You want to play? Stop.
yeah, so we're 5 minutes in, at least from what it's saying on Audacity here. So if you guys don't want any spoilers, you probably need to stop from this point.
Yeah, I'd recommend it. But
So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and start the discussion mainly upon 4, but we might go up to 3 and 5 also.
well, I think I'll just start a little bit with 3 and say it's gonna be so hard for you to go to 3 from playing 4. I don't know about 5 because I haven't touched it, but if it controls anything like 4, it's gonna be so difficult for you to go to 3 unless you play the portable one, because
Yeah.
there's no full party control, dude. And
Really?
it sucks ass when it's fine for a little bit, but when you need healing and fucking Mitsuru casts Mary Karen instead of fucking healing you, and it misses, like it pisses you off. That's partially why I stopped playing 3. The other reason was I wanted to get used to the Persona style. Yeah, because
I know as a default in 4, it automatically kept the characters to attack and do stuff on their own, and I'm like, no, I need control over these characters to strategize my tactics better, or when I want to take down these enemies. Luckily, though, the game lets you take control of them instead of just being on its own.
absolutely.
Otherwise, I think that'd be a huge
that was a godsend,
weakness to the game.
dude. You there? I was,
You still there, Mason?
yeah, okay. I was scared for a second. I was like, what the fuck happened?
Oh, I guess the call might have just died for a second there. But did you hear what I said?
I heard you say control, and then you turned into a robot for a second, and then you went silent.
Alright, well, what I said was what I feel like would have been the most major weakness for Persona 4 if you couldn't have changed I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second there.
If you couldn't change the full party control. I think that's what you're getting
it'd
at.
definitely be the biggest weakness of the game. Yes, definitely.
Oh, that'd be
Thank
horrible.
you for doing that.
No problem, man.
Definitely would be a crappy game then. But luckily they were able to probably realize, I'm assuming from fan feedback, that they wanted more control and more to be in power over the characters that they were playing with as a whole.
Well, from what I've seen, there are a camp of people who do prefer the Persona 3 style, and to each their own, but why?
Yeah, that's a very good question there. I'm not very sure myself either, but mostly things being said here, I don't quite get it either from what we're going to say about it.
No, I mean 3 from the 10 or so hours I played from it. While I would have preferred and do prefer full party control, the story was pretty good, and the music, while not on the level of 4, was still pretty awesome. And I didn't really have that much trouble with the characters doing shit that I didn't want them to do, but there were times, and it did get frustrating. But
yeah, that definitely sounds like a kind of a problem. But who knows?
It is.
I'll figure it out once I get there.
I hope I can get back into it, and God knows however long it's gonna take me to get into 3.
Well, hopefully it'll not be too long, because I'm almost going under withdrawals from not even playing Persona 5. I haven't even beaten the damn game yet, and I've had it since launch. I've kind of taken a break from it because I just needed to play just a little bit of something else. But I'm probably going to get back into it as soon as the semester's over, because I still have a couple of classes I have to finish before I do anything else. So that'll probably take up a majority of my time.
How long are you into the game?
Well, so I've been watching a couple other people play. My buddy Ethan, he is in the 3rd dungeon, which if I called a palace, they're called palaces in the game. He's in the third palace, and I think he was at 36 hours as of when I seen him yesterday. I think I was at like 60 when I was there.
Jesus Christ.
I might be a little wrong, but I think I do things a little more slowly. Like I think he doesn't read every piece of dialogue through certain parts of the text. Like the game's been modernized. It's got cell phone texting. It's got like internet, like in-game internet options that you have choices upon impact for things and
really?
to like do other missions with and stuff. Yes.
Damn.
So it's been modernized very well. It's really great. But back onto what I was saying, I don't think he reads like all the cell phone conversations, and I don't think he reads like all the social link or they're called confidants now. I don't think he reads any of those kinds of dialogues. He just kind of skips past them. Hits the log button. There's a log button you can hit now once your options come up to talk with the NPCs, and you can just kind of read back to see what they said beforehand, so you don't have to listen or read everything as you go. You can just go back and listen once you get to the dialogue option for you.
Well, I say that that's a good option for second or third playthroughs, but I feel in a game like Persona, the plot and the story, even if it is minor with a minor character, does make the game. Like
yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So I can't see myself skipping dialogue because most of the time when dialogue is voice acted, it's pretty good from what I know from Persona 4.
Yes, and Persona 5 it's amazing how good the voice acting is in that game. It's phenomenal. I can't give enough credits to the artists and voice actors who actually helped make the game. It's all done very well. The only thing I wasn't sure about is sometimes, like during main plot events, there'll be times where they're talking, and then like they'll go to another scene immediately after that, and they won't talk. You'll have to read the dialogue. And
yeah, that
sometimes happens. And then it'll just go back to where they're talking again, and I'm like, they could have just talked for that little like interlude there that they had just for a couple seconds.
Yeah,
they definitely could have done that, but I guess for money saving purposes, they probably had to cut a couple parts, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
To be fair though, 5 is probably the most stylish game I've ever seen in like any game ever.
Damn.
It's definitely very stylish. I've seen a couple, other stylish games out there, but 5 definitely takes it. And I don't know if that's because I'm looking at it because it's newer. I'm more compelled to play it because it's newer. I'm not exactly sure yet. I'll have to go back to a couple other games I thought were pretty. Excuse me, and look and just kind of look at them graphically and see what the artists had for some of those games. Some games I've noticed where it's like the graphics are really good on the characters, but the background not so much. This game has attention to detail in every little spot. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I don't want to spoil it for anybody else, but I'm going to try and watch my words here. But every single thing has been thought out so well so far in the game. Everything's went well together. There's been maybe a typo or two, because you know me, I'm kind of avid about typos and stuff like that, especially when I type things. Like if I screw up, I'm gonna go back and edit that thing in the Facebook post for sure, or my messages.
I'm just like that, dude. Like I can't stand to see a typo.
But I've only seen maybe like 1 or 2, and I've spent about 90 or so hours on the game, almost 100 hours.
God damn. Holy shit.
Everything has been spot on though, like in terms of grammar, in terms of voice acting, art, everything about it is just phenomenal. I find it funny that they delayed the game so many times, and I always wonder why people delay games. I know it's to make it better, quote unquote, but I always wonder, like, the reasons they do it, like where they found these bugs sometimes, because the game has not had a single bug at all that I've come across, at least that I've noticed. Like, not a single frame drop, not a single, like, glitch in the game, nothing so far. It's been perfect. As a matter of fact, most games these days on these newer consoles, PlayStation 4, Xbox, even PCs, the moment you download or buy the disc and you put it into the system, you have to get an update with it.
Oh yeah, the biggest fucking criticism of modern gaming.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's to be fair though, every game should come out complete, and that's what I miss about all these older games like the PS2 games. But to be fair though, even when games do come, they get released complete as they can. It's good though to have these online features where you can patch some things, like game-breaking things, and you can fix them without having to recall the game or something like that, you know, or release another version of it.
But then we get things like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, where the entire update is the game.
Yeah, exactly. But back to what I was saying, the Persona 5 didn't even have any updates, which is
you're kidding me.
Which is really weird, because I put it in, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna just kind of screw around on my computer for a second, listen to the soundtrack that came with it. But I put it in, and I just kind of waited, looking at the screen here. It's been about 5 minutes. I'm like, no updates popped up. So I go to the thing to check for updates. I press the options button on the controller to check for updates, and there was nothing that popped up. This is the latest version of the app. I'm like, oh, holy shit, this is fantastic. I didn't have to wait to update it, but I expected an update. This is phenomenal.
That's
so
some
already
big fucking shit.
Yeah, so I'm already hyped to go, and then as soon as I seen that intro video to the game, and need I remind you, every time I start the game, I have to watch the intro video, because it's so excellent. I always notice something new about it every time I see it, because I can't just keep my eye on one thing. I'm always looking at like multiple things, but every time I rewatch it, though, from the first, second time, I always keep my eye on something, like one thing specifically, to try to see if I can notice something new. And almost every single time I've tried to look at something new, there's been something new in that introduction, and it's just so good. The art style, they've thought so carefully about everything that the game has to offer in terms of how it looks.
Damn.
So it's definitely
not much.
So far, it's definitely been a masterpiece.
Would you say a solid 10 out of 10?
I don't want to rate it 10 out of 10 yet because of the I haven't beaten it yet. So after I've beaten it, that's when I'm probably gonna let my guts just kind of spew out all over the place and definitely give my take on it. The only problem I've had with the game, gameplay-wise, is I think it's the fourth palace. Yes, the fourth palace, where enemies start instant killing, like they have instant kill moves, and it got very annoying for a little bit there.
Oh, they got.
I think it was actually kind of like over leveled, but even still, like, and mostly those attacks they're easy to dodge. Your characters will normally dodge them, but on the chance that they still hit quite often. And so I'm having to finish the fight and then Dia every single time after every fight, and it got kind of a little annoying there. But other than that, though, it wasn't that bad. I've seen some reviews to where people were complaining about the bosses and how the boss fights aren't fair. I'm like, it's a Japanese RPG. What do you expect here?
It's an Atlas RPG. What do you expect?
Yeah. So I don't know what you want from the game here. It's meant to fuck you over, so you can go back there and retry it again. That's what the replay value's there for.
Yeah. I mean, shit. I played Persona 4 on easy mode, and I felt bad about it. And it still kicked my ass. Yeah.
I really hope... I'm going to 100% the trophy list on Persona 5. And I really hope that there's a trophy for beating it on hard. Because I really want to go back through it my second time and try to do everything a little better. Because I feel like even though I'm kind of used to Persona at this point, because I've played a little bit of 4, like, I wasn't overwhelmed like I was in 4, because it's like, you can spend time with your friends and level up your personas to have better powers with your friends' levels, or you can go into a dungeon and explore where Yukiko was, you know, and level up your character in your party, or you can do this, you can do that, and spend some time this way, you can study, do whatever. But now that I've played 4 and I went to 5, I wasn't as overwhelmed as I thought it was going to be, and as I originally was going into 4, because I'm like, wow, this isn't as overwhelming as I was thinking it was going to be, because it's almost kind of the same game. Like, it's literally got the same formula there. New characters, new cast, new everything, new titles to certain things like the knowledge and stuff like that. So it's all been spiced to modernism in a way. I don't know if modernism is the correct word to use there, but that's what I'm going to say.
Well, I think I don't trust myself to not ask stupid questions that could spoil Persona 5, so let's get to Persona 4.
I mean, if you have any questions, feel free to answer. I'll try as best as I can to not spoil too hard or too much. We did say at the beginning of this there were spoilers.
Well, yeah, and then I realized we shouldn't spoil 5 at least.
Not at the most part. To be fair, though, I don't remember what day I'm on exactly. I think I'm in October. I can't exactly remember, but I can't spoil anything past, I think it was 11/11 when Atlas said. When Atlas said, though, hey, you can view, like, you can't stream past this date. I'm like, I mean, whatever. It doesn't really impact me because I'm not a streamer. But I was kind of wanting to stream, like, the first hour or two of the game. Even if I stream the first hour or two of the game, like, there's nothing there. Like, that's just the icing on the cake. That's not even the icing. You're literally throwing the freaking cake into the oven to start freaking making it. So we're not even at the icing yet.
You know what? I'm gonna be completely honest. If I had gotten a notification saying you were streaming Persona 5, I would have totally joined in. I would just be like, fuck it, I gotta see this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think they're gonna take off the ban for it on the console, because if you're a console gamer, you don't really need a capture card to do these things. But the only downside to doing that kind of thing is that there's no, like, actual recording. Even if you stream it to Twitch or YouTube, they don't ask you if you want to keep the video. After you're done streaming, you're done. Like, there's no saved video after that.
I think you.
And even if it, go ahead.
I think you can save recordings you made from Twitch. I'm not sure about it, but
I'm not exactly sure. But in any case, it's never like asked me to or anything, so I didn't really bother or thought about trying to do it. So I've never really cared that much. And I'm not a big fan of Twitch's streaming player. It's not as easygoing as YouTube's is.
Yeah, but yeah.
But yeah, let's go ahead and quit dwelling on 5. I might mention it a couple other times as we go, but let's go ahead and talk about Persona 4 for just a little bit here.
How many references to the comic do you think we'll make?
Too many.
way too many. It's such a great comic, I swear to God.
Yeah, I know. I wish I still had all the episodes of it. Apparently they made one last one after I got all of them, because I went ahead and just downloaded them. Like, this is too good, and I don't have good internet. Back then when it was, like, becoming a bigger video, I found that. My buddy actually found that, I'm sorry. And he's like, Drew, you should watch this. He says, you've never played Persona, right? I'm like, no, I haven't. He's like, well, this is kind of like a summary. I'm like, okay. So I watched it, and I found it pretty funny, but I also found it pretty informing to the game.
Oh yeah, it's about as informative as it is comedic, and that's the best part.
Yes.
I just found something out about the fucking comic today.
Oh yeah?
When they have Kanji show up, Kanji's voice actor is Egoraptor. Which I was like, what, really? Yeah, I was like, really? Like, doesn't sound like him.
You mean in Persona 4, the comic?
Yeah, the Persona 4 comic.
Oh, okay.
No, not the
I
actual
thought you meant
game.
the main game. I'm like, holy shit, he's that big.
Oh no, not the actual game. That's Troy Baker. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised though. Troy Baker's in everything. Jesus
Troy
Christ.
Baker's in everything.
I mean, let's be honest here. He's like the Samuel L. Jackson of the video game industry. Samuel L. Jackson. Well, he used to be in everything. I don't think he's in much anymore.
Denzel-
He's more of like a commercial guy now.
Denzel Washington used to be in everything too.
Holy fucking shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's enough talking about all that stuff. Let's go ahead.
Let's get to the shit that actually matters.
Yeah, to the nitty gritty here, because this is the only one we both currently know about.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not like I'm I'm gonna assume we're both not experts at this shit.
Well, to be fair though, this is the first time I've ever even actually done any type of like major like thing on my own here. I'm actually going to start a Let's Play channel on YouTube soon, but that's another thing that I'd like to discuss with you, maybe possibly at another time.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Probably after this is over, we can talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go ahead and
don't know how long this discussion's gonna be.
Yeah, we keep getting sidetracked. Let's try to talk about Persona for 5 minutes.
Yeah, let's do that. So, you Narukami, he shows up in Inaba, and I don't remember what was it that his parents were away working overseas or something.
I don't exactly honestly remember that part. I'm glad you said this because I didn't think that far into actually doing that. I'm pretty sure his parents did go to work somewhere and he had nowhere to stay, so he had to go stay with his uncle or cousin. I think it was his cousin.
No, uncle and cousin.
Uncle. Okay. Yeah, Nanako's cousin, Dojima's uncle.
Yeah, so shows up in Inaba, and right then we get a look at Dojima and Nanako, and Nanako, you won't know it when you start up the game, but she's the best fucking character in the game, I swear.
Yeah, I honestly wouldn't doubt that, considering the fact that she's the youngest character. It only probably makes sense in a Japanese game that she's the most important character and probably one of the strongest characters.
Oh yeah. So, I was telling you about this right when I was at the end of the game too. The gas station attendant has always bothered me. The gas station attendant has always bothered me. Like, what the fuck is he doing there?
Because every time you'd say it's Adachi, I'm like, are you positive? And you're like, yeah, it's Adachi. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure it's Adachi?
Jesus Christ.
Adachi may have done nothing wrong.
It was No, Adachi threw the fucking people in the TV.
I was just saying that to throw you off, honestly.
He threw Yamano and Konishi in the fucking TV. That gas station attendant's been bothering me though, man, because
every time you would say the gas station attendant, I was actually with Ethan yesterday when you finally said you beat the game, and you were like, "Oh, it's the gas station attendant," and I didn't want to say anything else because I didn't know if you said you'd actually beaten it at the time. You said you beat the game afterwards.
I beat the giant fucking eyeball, and then went to Christmas. Gushed about how Nanako came back, and then it just advanced straight to the day before you leave. So yeah. I'm pretty sure I might have missed something then, because otherwise I was just worried about a gas station attendant for nothing, and I feel like I missed something with the gas station attendant.
It really was the gas station attendant.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ!
Because every time I picture that gas station attendant, I always see him from that stupid comic. Can I touch your hand?
Yeah, I'm a totally unimportant gas station attendant. And I didn't even fucking think about that shit until I started thinking about the gas station attendant. And I was like, wait a minute.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then Shakes Yu's hand, welcomes him to Inaba, and you don't think anything of it, of course.
Well, to be fair though, if you know like about Japanese culture, Japanese people, from what I understand, are actually very, very nice. Especially like when you use their services, like gas stations, you go to their restaurants, you shop at their stores, whatever. I heard they're extremely kind to you, even like shake your hand and do gestures like that. From what I understand, that's what they do. It's part of their culture to be extremely nice.
Yeah, and I mean that must have been just a showing of that kind of culture for American audiences, because, like I was saying, you don't think anything when the gas station attendant just shakes your hand, and then you start feeling sick. Because I was just thinking, must be train sickness, car sickness, must not be used to the Inaba air.
Yeah, I was about to say, maybe, because I'm pretty sure Dojima or maybe even Nanako was like, hey, are you okay from the train or something like that? Like, they mentioned the train when you started feeling a little sick.
Oh, yeah.
I remember them doing that specifically, so,
yeah.
You know, people could have just shrugged it off as motion sickness or something, you know.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, who knows how long you was on that train? He could have just...
Yeah.
He could...
Yeah, it didn't say exactly how long he was on the train. You are right.
Yeah, could have just been sitting on the train for too long, and then he gets up, stretches his legs, and he's like, oh, wait a minute, I don't feel too good.
Well, to be fair, though, I'm one of those people that, you know, if I ride in the car for too long, I get car sick. I have, like, a little patch behind my ear or something to help me travel with. I'm sure I'm probably going to be the same way when I go on my trip to Japan. That plane ride's probably going to be horrible. That's, I think, like a 14-hour plane ride. It's going to be dreadful, I'm sure.
Jet lag's going to be even worse. And I've never even been out of the country. Unless you count the time I went to Alaska in 2007, because I flew over Canada. But if you don't count that...
I was about to say, technically, if you flew over Canada, you were technically in another country, sir. I'm going to have to ask you to show me your passport.
But no, I've never been, like, really out of the country to fuck with you that bad. So jet lag's going to kill you, dude.
Oh, I'm sure. I wouldn't think jet lag would be that bad, though, if you only went, you know, a couple hours over out of the country. I wouldn't think it'd be that bad.
I think it will be tomorrow when you get there. Or maybe
Welcome
the day
to the
after.
world of tomorrow.
So, yeah. But no, if you went out of the country a few hours, it would probably just take a little bit of time to adjust and say, oh, hey, it's 5 hours back. All right, that'll be fine.
Yeah,
but then
you would think though that motion sickness probably would have been, you know, any normal person that gets motion sick would be like, yeah, that's understandable though for you to get sick on the train.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, people could have just definitely shrugged it off, especially like Japanese like culture, people that are already playing the game, people that like live in Japan that are already playing the game. Excuse me.
Oh, they must have thought it was like motion sickness or something.
Definitely, because they're so accustomed to people kindly greeting and everything. So I'm assuming that's exactly what Japanese people thought too when they first played the game back in whenever it came out. It was like 2008 or 6.
Yeah, not 2008, because...
okay, I thought so.
Or 9, I think it was... God damn it, I don't fucking remember. It was a year after FES, so that's all I know.
But, you know, you goes into town. You're introduced to the whole crib there.
Yeah.
You got Nanako, you got Dojima. You eventually run into this loser rolling around in a trash can.
No, not yet. It's a loser riding a bike first.
Well, he's still rolled around in a trash can, though, for no reason, apparently. Unless that was explained. I don't think it was.
He thought it was a good idea.
I mean, he did think it was a good idea, but it still wasn't a good idea.
No, it was. But that loser rolling around in a trash can is Yosuke Hanamura, who Yuri Lowenthal. So, and like Yuri Lowenthal, I'm not even big on like voice. I can barely recognize most voice actors. As soon as I heard Yosuke speak, I was like, "That's Sasuke! Holy shit!"
You there, Mason?
Because I mean, Naruto.
Hey Mason, you're gonna have to repeat all of that again because you just blanked out again.
God fucking damn it! I hate shit. I hate internet sometimes.
Yeah, me too. It's alright though.
So, I'll repeat what I just said for Drew's sake. Yosuke Hanamura, as soon as I heard his voice, I was like, holy shit, that's Sasuke. And then I was like, holy shit, that's Yuri Lowenthal. Sweet.
Wait, was it really Sasuke from Naruto?
Yeah, Yuri Lowenthal is Sasuke.
Holy
He's
shit.
he's also Minato from Persona 3, the main character. Because that's actually the first.
I didn't pay that much
thing
close attention. I'm not sure some voice actors and some aren't. Like, I don't pay attention that closely. I know, like, the big names in voice acting, like Johnny Young Bosch or Troy Baker, you know, all those people. I know all those people really well, but I don't know, like, who played Sasuke in Naruto. I wouldn't know at first glance. I could probably recognize them by voice, but, you know.
You say
I guess I didn't recognize them by voice though, because here I am asking about it.
You say Johnny Young Bosch as a big voice actor. Before I played 4, I've never heard of him. I mean, I've probably heard his roles or something, maybe.
Yeah.
But I've never heard his name.
Apparently he's a very like talented individual. Apparently he knows like karate. He's got a great voice. He's been in a couple of musicals, from what I understand. He's played as Ichigo in Bleach. He's played as Nero in Devil May Cry 4. He's been all over the place, man. From video games to shows, anime, he's been everywhere. He's even, I think, been in a couple like live acting shows. I think Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah, I heard something. I heard something about that. Was he the?
I think he was the Black Ranger.
Yeah, I heard he was some ranger. I don't remember what ranger he was though.
I'm almost positive he was the Black Ranger.
I never watched Power Rangers, so
I did back when I was a kid, but back then I'm like, it's just a show. I like it because there's explosions. Because I'm 5 years old. And then I realized now I'm 22. I'm like, I'm not cool. I looked at that explosion. God damn it.
I'm 22. I like it because there's explosions.
But I looked at them, so I'm not cool.
Nah, shit. Cool guys don't look at explosions, dude.
Exactly, motherfucker.
But no, I had never heard of Johnny Young Bosch until and even then I was only doing a little bit of research to look at the voice actors of 4, and I was like, Johnny Young Bosch, who's that? And Johnny Young Bosch plays you and Adachi.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's Adachi too, and it surprised the shit out of me because I didn't even know that until I got to the end of the game. I was like, wait a minute.
To be fair, though, sometimes a voice actor's talent isn't to always sound like the same character, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If you look at Christopher Sabat, I think I'm saying his name right, Sabat.
Something.
He plays as Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z, and he also plays as Kuwabara in Yu Yu Hakusho.
He was Kuwabara?
Yeah, he was Kuwabara.
No fucking way, really? That dorky, dumbass, fucking awesome dude. I knew he was Vegeta and Piccolo.
As soon as I heard him, though, in Yu Yu Hakusho, I'm like, is that Vegeta? And so I went ahead and looked it up on Wikipedia, and I'm like, yeah, that's Vegeta. I didn't realize it, because his voice sounds similar, but it's not the same. Like, Kuwabara's voice sounds so dork. Like, he just sounds like a dork.
Hey, you're a Messi. Come on, let's do it.
I'm gonna kick your ass, Messi.
I can't do a Vegeta, so
it's okay. I can't either.
No, but no,
I don't even want to attempt it.
It's over 9,000. I can't do it. Can't do it.
Well, I would raise my voice, but I can't because everybody thinks it's asleep. I don't hear anything up there.
And I can't raise my voice either because people would be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Well, at least people question you and don't yell back at you, apparently.
Nah, but no, Christopher Sabat. I'm just gonna call him Sabat. I don't give a shit. Kuwabara? Really? Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly. Because it kind of threw me for a loop. I'm like, because the moment I heard him, I'm like, this guy sounds so familiar. And then I think 4 or 5 episodes into Yu Yu Hakusho, I'm like, that's gotta be Vegeta. That's gotta be him. And sure enough, it was. so much for I can recognize some voice actors by their voice, but I can't do every single one of them apparently.
One more voice actor tangent before we go back to 4. You know how long it?
We should just
talk about whatever the fuck we want and maybe Persona. Make it a podcast. Just be like,
even though we've already said 40 minutes ago, hey, this is about Persona. There are spoilers.
Yeah, this is about Persona. Whatever the fuck else we want to talk about.
Yeah.
But nah, you know how long it took me to realize Frieza and the in the original Dragon Ball Z dub, Frieza and the old lady Genkai from Yu Yu Hakusho were Linda Young.
I can see that actually.
Oh yeah, and it was the same thing you had with Kuwabara. I was like, I know that voice from somewhere. Damn it! It's like, is that Linda Young?
Sure enough, yes it is.
I like Linda Young as a Frieza. I mean, it's no Chris Ayres or Little Karibo, and that doesn't even count because that's abridged. But I like Linda Young.
Karibo's he just makes a noise, like Furby noises.
Oh no, I was talking about the voice actor I was talking about the guy who made Yu-Gi-Oh! The abridged series.
Oh, okay, that. Yeah. I was about to say.
No, little Karibo. He was Frieza in Dragon Ball Z abridged.
My bad.
That's alright.
This shows how much I watch that stuff. I'm not big on that kind of stuff, honestly. I just want to watch this show, be done with it, and if I find the other stuff interesting, I might go to it later.
Dude, if there is one abridged series that I will tell you that I would demand that you go watch, and you don't have to listen, but I'll still demand you to go watch it. It's Hellsing Ultimate Abridged.
I heard that one's pretty funny.
Isn't
that the one the dude with the piercings all in his face? He literally cusses way too much.
I don't know if it's the one.
Might be a different Hellsing Abridged that I'm thinking of.
Hellsing Abridged is the one with the vampire Alucard with the guns.
No, I mean I know I've seen Hellsing and almost all of Hellsing. I'm not gonna go back and watch it because of personal reasons. But I got really nervous watching it.
Is it the Nazis?
It's not that. I didn't expect there to be rape in it.
I
got really nervous after I seen that rape scene where one of those guys are raping that girl. I'm pretty sure she was dead too, so that's why I got a little freaked out for some reason, so I just had to stop watching it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
Everybody viewing this is gonna think I'm such a pussy.
No, I'm gonna be completely honest. I've never actually seen Hellsing or Hellsing Ultimate. I've just seen the abridged series. And B,
the original Hellsing is so good, but then they remade it with Hellsing Ultimate, and they just they went over the top with it with the Nazis and everything. It was too much.
But I mean, the shit you just described, yeah, I'd probably have to puss out too. Like, no, I can't do this.
Like, I definitely wouldn't recommend that to anybody that's under 18. Definitely not. And I'm not one person for ratings. Like, I will watch something if I want to watch it. I've watched the movie called The Last House on the Left, for God's sakes, and there's like a 10-minute long rape scene in that show.
That is a fantastic movie, though, rape scene aside.
Yeah, definitely rape scene aside. It was a very good movie, especially based on vengeance, which that's not normally something, that bodes over well in a lot of movies, it seems. But that movie was definitely something I liked a lot, except the rape scene.
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of rape scenes in anything. Most of the time, rape scenes don't take it down from me, but I'm just like, nah, I can't look at this.
Well, it's the appeal of it, I guess. Personally, I've never had that happen to me, and I hope it doesn't happen to, anybody. And even though it does, it's still grotesque to watch. It's not something I don't think anybody should have to want to watch or be forced to watch. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I absolutely get you.
So let's go ahead and go back from rape to Persona.
Let's go from rape to the happiest video game ever about murder.
You want to know what's on my mind? Murder!
Because don't tell anybody I said this, but shut up, Adachi.
Just shut up, Adachi.
That should be the ultimate meme. Hashtag shut up Adachi.
Yes, definitely. The best meme of all time, shut up Adachi.
I'd support it.
Jesus Christ. Adachi.
No, but we go to what was the high school? Yasagami High. I'm more.
I think it's Yasagami. I think actually I could pop in Persona 5 right now and it'll tell me.
Wait, what? You go to the same high school?
No, what happens in Persona 5 when you put the disc in, it'll go through like the Atlas, USA, you know, like people who make the game developers, like companies. And it'll go, and it's the 20th anniversary of Persona.
Oh, so
that's the thing.
Wait, it's the 20th anniversary of Persona? Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
It's the 20th anniversary of Persona with number 5.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's what pops on there.
Yeah.
And it says all the names of the schools. It says 1 for the high school of the first game, 2 for the high school of the second game, so on and so forth.
High school of the other second
and then it goes
game.
all the way to 20. Do what?
I said high school of the second game, high school of the other second game.
Yeah. You know, the canon ones, you know, they're not really canon, but, you know,
yeah.
they're numbered. They're numbered if they're canon, I guess.
Well, I mean, like Persona 2 and Persona 2.
Wasn't 2 a continuation of 1, though?
No, I think 2 was standalone. I think Innocent Sin canonically comes first, and then Eternal Punishment is after.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like I said, I've never played them, so I don't know. I think 1 was completely standalone, and 1 also had one of the worst localizations I've ever seen.
To be fair, though, it's a PlayStation 1 game. I wouldn't.
It is a 1996 pre-Final Fantasy VII PlayStation RPG.
Are you kidding me? Like Resident Evil, the very first Resident Evil they made, PlayStation 1. I think it was back in '94, '96, something like that. 95, I want to say, because I think the PlayStation had just come out late '94. So. Whenever it came out, they used real actors for their opening cutscene, and the fake blood was hilarious. Jesus,
I've seen that intro. I've seen that
poorly
intro.
8-bit animated blood. It was terrible, you know. So you want to talk about horrible looking games? You need to go back to the original first, not the remake, because the remake is phenomenal.
That's on GameCube, right?
Yeah. Yes. Actually, yes.
I'm making sure. But
if you ever get some money, definitely go get it. I don't even think it's that expensive.
Well, first I need a GameCube. I'm sitting here with a PlayStation 2 and a 3DS, and that's all I have. That's all I need for now.
I was about to say the 3DS is a really good system, though.
Oh no, 3DS is a fantastic system. Smash 4. I only played it once on the Wii U, and while it is 10 times better on the Wii U, Smash 4 on 3DS is still fantastic.
Exactly.
Persona Q, I've played a little bit of that, and it's pretty good, I'd say.
Is it?
I'd say it's pretty good. It's less Persona and more, I think they said Etrian Odyssey with Persona characters. I've never played Etrian Odyssey. It's first-person dungeon crawling with Persona aspects.
Okay. All right, because I've seen it. I'm like, yeah.
I think the one thing I have to get past is the art style. I can't get past the art style.
The one Persona game I really do want to play is Persona Dancing All Night. I really want to play that one, even though it's on the Vita.
Well, you told me once.
It looks fun.
You told me once about what was it, Persona 4 Arena?
Yeah, man.
And I wasn't too interested in it, honestly, until I found out it was Arc Systems, and I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yep. Same guys that made Guilty Gear, and I was like, okay, yep.
Exactly, and then you're immediately into it. I hope they make another Arena for 5 and they add all characters from 3 that they did and 4 and just slap them all together. It just sounds so good. The only problem I have with something like that, though, in Persona 5, and this is a kind of a spoiler, so just I'm gonna try and avoid it as hard as I can, like to the most degree possible. Persona 5, the new awakening powers, like new awakenings that characters get, they get masks. I'm sure if you've looked at pictures of Persona, you've seen the main characters all wearing some kind of mask and a uniform to go with it.
Nope.
Well, that's what it is. So, I'm only gonna say like the protagonist costume. Let me get my case over here. So, the main character, protagonist, I'll just call him that because he doesn't have a name yet. I don't think he'll ever get one, but I'll find out later if he does. He goes by the term Joker in the game, and he wears kind of like a yeah.
That's a reference to Persona 2. Holy shit!
Is it?
Yeah. I think in Persona 2 there was a whole plot about like, I think if you played some stupid game and you were trying to summon the Joker, he'd like make your wish come true or something, and instead of doing that, he tried to kill you.
Well, I remember in this game, as soon as you got your powers, they were trying to come up with your name, and they're like, "We'll call you Joker because you're our trump card." And I'm like, "Oh, that's actually kind of thoughtful." So that's why he's called Joker, is because he's a trump card. But onto the design, though, of Joker. He wears a masquerade mask, like how they would back in the Renaissance.
You know, for a guy named Joker, that's pretty, that is pretty, God damn it, what's the word I'm thinking of? Fitting. That is...
Say it one more time.
I said, that is pretty fitting for a guy named Joker.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah.
But like, it looks like kind of like a standard masquerade mask. It kind of like goes like on the eyes. It's got like a bigger shape on both sides of the eyes, and it kind of dips down where it goes a little over the nose, and it gets a little thinner, going down towards the nose. And then you've got kind of like a like an overcoat, like a trench coat.
I should actually look at this. Holy shit! Hold on, let me get
with a vest underneath it.
Overcoat with a vest underneath it?
Yeah, like a trench coat with a vest underneath it, and he wears red gloves. He's got like black curly hair, and it looks fantastic.
Okay, yeah.
So when I talk about
pretty
like
fucking
the art
cool.
style, so when I'm talking about the art style, you can see where I'm like, the art style of Persona 5 is just out of this world. It's so different from everything else I've ever seen, really. But what I was saying earlier about Persona 5 Arena, if they were to do something like that, they would the characters from 5 would definitely look out of place in a Persona fighting game where no other characters from 4 and 3 have masks on. So it definitely looked weird with all these other fighters having masks on, and the others did not.
Well, maybe.
That's just me.
Just maybe. Correct me if this sounds stupid, which it probably will. If they make a Persona 5 Arena, maybe to get all the characters into a similar art style, they might do some kind of stupid plot reason to where they won't need their masks anymore to use their powers.
If they did Persona 5 Arena, though, they would probably go off 5 like they did with 4 Arena, because 4 Arena went off game 4.
Yeah, and it just had a couple bonus 3 characters in it, right?
I think more than just a couple. I think the majority of the game was also 3. Like, they kind of half-halved it, I think. It's been a while since I played.
That's on like PS3 and 360, right?
Yep, show is. I think it's also on PC, but you know, if you have a PC.
I don't have that powerful of a PC, and I don't really like to play it on my PC anyway.
Yeah, I don't blame you. My PC's super old, and it doesn't even do good emulators for Game Boy games.
Oh, that's the only reason I even play, and I only do that because I try to do Let's Plays.
But back to Persona.
Back to the important things.
Yeah, back to what we were trying to originally talk about. Let's keep getting sidetracked from it.
It's all fine. can't be worse than brain scratch comms. They get sidetracked all the fucking time.
I mean, it's okay to get sidetracked because we're just making conversation. We're just kind of talking.
Oh yeah.
Still, I'd like to talk a little more about what we're trying to talk about, anyways.
I would like to try to. That's the key word.
I did say we were gonna talk about, Persona 3, 4, and 5, and maybe a couple other things too. So, I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal.
Oh no, I think anybody listening to this is just gonna see how much fun we're having. So
yeah, I honestly am enjoying actually talking with you, even though this is the first time I've actually ever talked with you.
Voice to voice,
Well, voice to voice. Anyways, we've talked to each other multiple times over the course of Messenger on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Comment sections on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Hell, we've met on a comment section in Facebook randomly.
Yeah, I don't remember how we met. I didn't remember how we met. I just
I think it was something like Dragon Ball Z or something. No, it was Nintendo. We were talking something about Nintendo, and I was kind of dissing on them, and you said something.
I was probably there to defend them.
I mean, I defend them too, but in all honesty, they screw for their customers. I'm just gonna flat out say it.
Yeah, Nintendo doesn't have the best business practices. Let's be real.
Jesus Christ, no! They've never had the best practices ever since the original NES.
No, because the NES was made terribly, cheaply, horribly. The front loader, that was a horrible system. And I mean from hardware design, that was a horrible system.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair though, technology at the time still wasn't that great. I mean, you had to get by with what you could.
Yeah, but the Atari 2600 did it better. From pure hardware design alone.
They still might have done it better, but you gotta give Nintendo credit for trying. They already had fans coming off of it, and then people were like, "Oh, SNES."
Oh god, the SNES! Holy shit! One day
people were like, "Zelda 2," and I'm like, "No."
Oh no, Zelda 2 sucks.
Zelda 2, I like it, but it's too hard.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Zelda 2's playstyle.
I've made it all the way to the last dungeon. I never could beat it.
I'm personally not a fan of top-down NES playstyle anyway. Except for Link's Awakening. I really liked Link's Awakening, but that
Link's Awakening was a 2D game.
Oh, it is a 2D game.
You said top-down though.
Top-down 2D, you know what I'm talking about.
I mean, technically it's the same thing, but still it's a 3D environment. You can move in more directions than 2.
You know what the fuck I mean, Drew.
I know, I'm being a sarcastic jerk.
I know that. That's why I'm laughing.
So let's go ahead and go off of Yusuke here for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, Yusuke.
In terms of characterization, you might know a little bit more because I'm sure. I think you said you've risen his social link rank quite a bit, actually. I think you said you maxed it out.
I did max his social link out. Yosuke, I liked Yosuke, and then later on in the game, I started not liking him as much.
Yeah, I remember you saying that he kind of became kind of a dick towards.
Yeah, but when I maxed out his social link, I was like, he's still a good guy at heart. But
yeah,
I mean, I've read that a lot of people have a problem with his pervertedness, and I don't care about that. That shit's comedy gold right there.
To be fair though, he's a teenager. Almost all teenagers go through that. They're perverted at the time, anyways.
The problem I had with Yosuke.
Ace Detective.